Are you looking to drastically improve your life by learning to code? My name is Khan. I'm a former Google software engineer and I have a lot to say on this topic because I used to be a customer service rep making $35,000 a year. And I desperately wanted to make more money and do more with my life. And everything changed when I learned how to code. This is that story. I can still remember the feeling like it was yesterday. I knew I had to work on myself, but after a long day of answering live chats at my customer service job, I didn't want to exercise, I didn't want to learn new skills, and I certainly didn't want to work on myself. To be honest, I felt dead inside. At the time, I was engaged and wanted to immigrate my fiance to the US so we could get married. I took on the customer service job because it was a big upgrade from being a gigging musician, but I was slapped with a rude awakening. At my first annual performance review, my manager promised me a 10% increase in salary from $35,000 to $38,500. My fiance and I wanted children eventually, but I knew this wasn't going to work for providing for a family in California. I remember thinking, I can't keep doing this. I can't stay at this job and expect to make the kind of money I need to make. I couldn't feel any sense of deeper meaning from my manager or his peers at the company that I worked for. I felt completely hollow inside. This career wasn't it. I had to find another solution. Coincidentally, at the time, my brother was attending a 12-week coding bootcamp where they promised to make him a software engineer in just 12 weeks. He eventually landed his first gig making $80,000 a year. And then he went on to make $180,000, $200,000, $250,000 at these big tech companies. Watching him inspired me. This was the solution I needed. But what I didn't realize was how hard this was going to be. I was in for another rude awakening. Coding wasn't as easy as just magically pick it up on nights and weekends. It wasn't a read a book and understand it kind of deal. It was more like bang your head against the wall for several hours on end. The customer service job was draining my energy and I couldn't sustain my motivation. I wasn't learning quickly. Something needed to change. But then, one morning, as I sat around being disappointed with my own lack of progress, I had a realization. I realized that I was approaching this all wrong. I knew all of the skills, techniques, and strategies to make this happen. I just wasn't using them. In hindsight, I was perfectly positioned to learn a new skill like coding. I attended a music conservatory playing percussion and learned many instruments quickly. I also picked up logo design, web design, and hand lettering along the way and made some money doing it. I was an aggressively fast skill learner, but I had lost touch with this side of me. When I actually began using what I know about effective learning, everything changed. I quickly became well prepared for the boot camp. I went on to graduate from the boot camp, and then I ended up getting a job at big tech companies like Sony and Google. I'm also happy to report that I have 2 beautiful children with that fiance I mentioned earlier who supported me all along throughout these transitions. Coding literally changed my life. In a matter of a few short years, my income skyrocketed from $35,000 to over $300,000. Now I live the dream. I work on projects that I want to work on with people that I want to work with and learn things along the way that pique my interests, all thanks to coding. In hindsight, I can trace back my success to one thing, and that's focus. Without being able to channel my focus correctly, I wouldn't be where I am today. Now I want to share these insights with you. If you struggle with staying committed, being disciplined, or feeling motivated, or if you have big goals, lots of ambition, and a drive for success, but you keep letting self-doubt creep up and derail you from your path, or maybe you just want to develop healthier routines or create higher quality relationships, but find it hard to stick with the right habits, then learning how to be focused is the path to achieving your dreams. I created this YouTube channel to share the insights that I'm learning along the way that I find meaningful. I'll also be posting a lot of content for aspiring software engineers who want to break into industry. If that sounds like you, hit like and give me a sub. I'd appreciate it. Okay, see you in the next video.